Hi lovies, welcome back to today's video. So this video is actually requested by one of you, so thank you so much for this request. If there's any video that you want to see from me, please let me know in the comments below. I promise I read every single one of them, and if there's a video that you requested that I haven't done yet, it is on the way, just stay tuned. So for today's video, one of you requested a everyday makeup routine, which I've always wanted to film this video, so I'm very excited to be doing it now. So as always, as you've probably seen in many of my videos, I usually just like sit at my desk and then I have my little mirror that I use whenever I do my makeup. And yeah, I thought it would be really fun to kind of talk about my journey kind of with makeup as I was doing my makeup, just because I feel like my experience with makeup is maybe a little bit different from a lot of girls my age. I feel like a lot of them have a lot more experience than I do and started a lot earlier than I did. Also, before we get started, I really wanted to show you guys my shirt because I love this shirt. It says a little bit dramatic, and I actually got this when I went as Regina George for Halloween a couple of years ago, and I just love this shirt. And I've been feeling really dramatic lately. So before I apply my makeup, I like to use a moisturizer first. So I'm currently using the Youth to the People Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream. And usually when I am going out, I would also put concealer on as well, but I'm actually not going anywhere today. I'm literally just getting ready to film some videos. But yeah, I put about this much just kind of all over, and then I'll rub it into my face. Alright, so now that I have my moisturizer on, we can actually get started. So a fun fact, actually, I have never worn foundation. I've never tried it, I've never bought it, so I don't have foundation in my makeup routine. And I do want to preface, this is not trying to be pick-me or anything like that. I truly admire people that know how to do their makeup and can do full glam. Again, I'm gonna get into my whole makeup journey so you'll understand why, but I just don't have that kind of experience, so I'm pretty simple when it comes to my makeup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with concealer. So I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, the satin finish, and it's in the shade Fair Warm. This is a really good concealer, but because it has a little bit of a thicker consistency and the brush is also really big, I'll usually take the smaller little brush that I have and then just take a little bit from the applicator and apply it that way. So for concealer, I'll usually put under my eyes. Again, I'm pretty simple. I don't put too much, so I just put like a streak right under each eye to cover up those dark circles. And then because my eyebrows are such a prominent feature in my face, I like to accent them and make them look as good as possible. So I'll usually take a little bit of concealer and just put it underneath my eyebrows as well. I feel like that just helps make them look a little bit cleaner. And then I'll put also right here, again, just to make it a little bit cleaner on each side. I'll put kind of in this middle area. And then I'm not sure if you can see, but I do have some acne scars right here, which I'm hoping will heal soon. But I'm also just gonna cover those up as well with a little bit of concealer, just like that. I also very randomly have this one pimple right on my nose. It's like on the bridge of my nose, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that as well. And then sometimes I'll also take concealer and I'll put a streak kind of on each side along my cheekbones. I feel like it really helps lift my face. And then when I apply highlighter, I feel like it kind of makes it pop a little bit more. But because today I'm going for kind of like a simpler routine, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so now that I have concealer kind of on all of my main spots, I'm going to take this brush right here. It's a little bit rounder and a little bit bigger, and I will just blend in all that concealer. So going back to my whole makeup journey, makeup experience, so in high school, I just never got into makeup. For some reason, I never got the itch for it. I was never that interested in it. Like at most, I would put some concealer on before leaving for school. I think also because I was so busy, I was doing like extracurriculars before school and after school, and I was volunteering and I was working. I was just so busy that if I could take time in the morning to do my makeup or sleep, I would have probably chosen sleep. So I'd only really do makeup if it was someone's birthday, if I was going out for like some kind of dinner, some kind of event, my graduation photos. But other than that, in my day-to-day, I just did not really get into makeup, which I don't think is a bad thing. Obviously, if you're in high school and you love makeup, that's great. I think makeup can be really fun. But I think for me, I'm kind of grateful that I didn't really get into makeup young, because I feel like it has really made me so comfortable with my natural skin. So when I was in high school and I'd get a pimple, maybe I was breaking out a little bit more. Obviously, I wasn't happy about it. No one's happy about getting a pimple. But I think because I just allowed myself to live in my natural skin and just go out with my natural skin, I wasn't super ashamed of it. I wasn't really that upset about having pimples or having a zit. And I'm so grateful for that, because I know so many young girls struggle a lot in high school when it comes to acne, breakouts, anything like that. But it is so normal, and it is just a part of puberty and a part of growing up. Back to my point, so I just did not really get into makeup very much in high school. I was in theater, so when we were doing shows, that's when I would actually do makeup, and that was pretty much my only kind of experience really with makeup, because I had to wear makeup for our shows. I just got concealer everywhere. I can't multitask. I usually don't talk when I do my makeup, so This is a good practice. I really started getting into makeup when I was in second year of university. So my first year of university was actually online, so I didn't really have that first year experience of going to frats and parties and all these events. And then second year was kind of like my first year. And at that point I was meeting so many people, I was making so many friends, I was getting invited to parties. All these clubs on campus were hosting all these fun parties, and I was just like so excited to go out and meet people. I was going out a lot and I was seeing my friends getting ready before a party, and it just looked so fun. Like the experience of doing the makeup looked so fun, just like the whole getting ready process. So I remember I'd go to my friend's place and we'd get ready together, and I'd bring in all my makeup, all my brushes, and we'd be like blasting our music as we're doing our makeup, and it was so much fun. Before I continue with my story, so the next step is I'm going to be using this e.l.f. setting powder. I have two that I'm actually going to use, but I like to use this one first because I feel like it really helps with my concealer not creasing. The thing is, this has like no label on it, so I don't really know what it's called, but it's like a sheer setting powder. This one I'll only use under my eyes, and then for the rest of my face I use another setting powder, which I'll show you after. Take this other little rounded brush that I have, and then I'll dab a little bit, and then I'll just go along under my eyes and make sure my concealer is set. Yeah, anyways, so in university I was just like so excited to be going out and be doing my makeup with my friends, but I couldn't even do eyeliner, and it was so embarrassing. I remember I'd always get my friend Sabina, who's really good at eyeliner, to just always do my eyeliner because I did not know how to do it. And then eventually I was like, okay, enough is enough. What if she can't make it to a party one day and I want to wear eyeliner? Like, I need to learn how to do it. And so I finally learned how to do eyeliner like last year. Not really sure why I never got into makeup, because I'm like the girliest of girly girls ever. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. As you can tell, I really like this one because I've used a lot of it. You're also gonna see that I use a lot of e.l.f. products. I love e.l.f. Okay, e.l.f., if you're watching this, please sponsor me. I love you guys. Also, if you guys can hear, it just started pouring rain so loud. I keep forgetting what I was saying. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I just like never really thought about makeup. Like, I never watched makeup tutorials on YouTube. I was just never interested. But I did love fashion from a very young age because my mom loved fashion, and her love of it just kind of transferred to me. I remember when I was really little, I dreamed about being a fashion designer, and my love for fashion changed over time. Like, I'm not a fashion designer obviously, and I don't plan to be, but I do really love fashion, and that's something that I grew up with. So in high school, I loved watching hauls. I loved when people would go like Black Friday shopping and they'd wake up early and they'd vlog them shopping and everything they got. Like, I was always so interested in those types of videos. It's still my dream to like go to fashion shows. I forgot to kind of explain what I'm doing, but I'm just taking the setting powder and kind of going along all the areas where I put concealer. And then if I have any like super glowy spots, then I'll go there as well. So usually on my chin will be pretty glowy, and just kind of around my mouth. So I'll put a little bit of that setting powder on there. I do add a little bit more than I need to, and then I brush off the excess. So I just kind of leave it for a second to sit. So that's kind of my little journey with makeup. I'm still kind of in the learning process of it, but I'm not watching videos for some reason. I'm just like still not interested in watching a bunch of videos. And so I kind of make it up as I go with my makeup, or I see what my friends are doing and I just kind of copy what they're doing. I might be doing some things wrong, or maybe not in the order that you're supposed to. This is just like what works for me, and again, it is all for fun. Now that I've kind of let it sit for a second, I'm going to take this little brush and I'll kind of brush off any excess powder that might be on my face, just because I don't want it to look cakey or anything. And that's kind of it for my base. So now we can go on and do all the fun stuff. So for blush, this is going to be no surprise because everybody has been raving about this one for the past like 2 years. So it's the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and I have it in the shade Encourage. I love this product because a little goes such a long way. I will apply about this much, like 1 or 2 dots on each side. And I like to have it a little bit higher up so it can kind of bring up my face when I blend it in. Something extra I like to do, I have this really random thing. It's called Shimmer Hydro Fluid by the brand One of One. It's really shimmery, which I like. So before blending in my brush, I like to use this as well and just kind of apply a drop on each side. And then I'll just take this brush and blend it all in together. So I kind of start just by like dabbing it a little bit, kind of all across my cheek, making sure that I'm always bringing it up. And I'll add a little bit on my nose as well because I love having that sun-kissed look. It looks like a lot right now. I think I might have put a little bit too much, but it does calm down. If anything, sometimes if I feel like it's too much, I'll just go back in with this HD setting powder, and I feel like it helps bring down the pigment a little bit. So like I said, I'm home today. I'm not going anywhere after this. I'm just filming some videos, so I'm gonna keep it simple in terms of eyes. I do really like my eyes. I think that's one of my favorite features on my face. If I am going out in the evening, I love doing like a black winged liner and just really making my eyes pop. But I don't really go for black liner during the day just because I like a little bit more of a natural look in the daytime. So sometimes what I'll do, I'll use a brown eyeliner pencil and I'll put it right on my waterline. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit on my lash line too. But again, today I just want it to be super simple, so I'm just gonna go in with mascara. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Curved Brush. And I really like how this brush is angled. I'm so proud of myself because I don't make a weird face when I put mascara on anymore. I used to always make the weirdest faces. I don't like when my eyelashes look very clumpy or when they're like super long, because then they kind of look like spider legs, which I don't like. And then I'm just gonna go in with this lip gloss. It's the Sephora collection brand. It's called Glossed, and I have it in the shade Lover. Sometimes I'll put a tinted lip balm first before adding the lip gloss. So there's this one that was actually sent to me by the brand Masquerade. I love this brand. I've already worked with them twice and I truly love their product so much. Not sponsored or anything, but if you do want to check them out, it's this tinted lip mask and I think the flavor is blueberry. Once again, using e.l.f. I'm using their Matte Magic Mist and Set. So this is their setting spray. And I'll just kind of go ahead and spray a couple spritz and let it dry. And that is the finished makeup look. I'm looking at my mirror and then I'm looking in the camera, and in the camera my makeup looks so different. But yeah, that's the finished makeup look. I also wanted to go ahead and plug my TikTok because I never promote it on here. My content on TikTok is a little bit different just because I kind of blew up a little bit doing relationship content. That's kind of my niche on TikTok, but if you guys want to follow me on there as well, I'll have it on the screen. So that's it for this video and my makeup routine. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and film some TikToks and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!